Happy Black History Month. I'm bringing you every day a Chronicles on Missions as we celebrate this Black History Month. And today I'm not just bringing you a Chronicles of Missions. I want to bring some statistics that I think are important for us as we prepare together as the global church to be able to get ready for the mighty harvest that God is bringing, especially for those who are in the U.S. So I'm going to bring some demographic statistics in the U.S. that I think are very significant for us to know as a church as we get ready for the season that we are in. This was done by the Pew Research Center, and they compared from 2005 to 2050. If the trend of growth in the U.S. continues, the population of the U.S. is going to grow from 296 million to 438 million people. 82% of that growth is going to be immigrant. Take note, 82% of that population growth is going to be an immigrant base, whether from Europe, whether from Africa, from Asia, from all around the world. 82% is going to be immigrant. 67% of that percent is going to be first generation immigrant, and then the rest is going to be second and third generation immigrants. And that means in the next, in 2-3 decades, this nation, our nation, is going to be a nation that is so demographically diverse. We already have a taste of that now, but this is nothing yet compared to what it's going to be. So by 2050, 1 in 5 Americans are going to be immigrants. They're going to be foreign born. 1 in 5 Americans in 2050, if the statistics, if the growth rate continues, are going to be foreign born. And that means that as a church, as believers, we have to intentionally start thinking, how are we ready to reach this demographic of people? Because whether we like it or not, our nation is changing, our cities are changing, our communities are changing. So how do we get ourselves ready to reach a demographic that is changing, that is culturally diverse, that is different from where we are? How do we prepare ourselves for that? I believe the church has to become intentional about being multicultural. Intentional, not saying that the church is going to be a melting pot where people come and lose their identity, but how can we become a church that intentionally embraces that diversity that people bring in, that diversity that and all the benefits and all the blessings that come with that? And how can we be a church in this season to be able to do that effectively? Because if we are not willing to change, to transition, then we are going to lose a mighty harvest that is coming. I know most often when we talk about missions, we talk about going out of our nation to another nation. We talk about going overseas. But somehow God himself is bringing the nations to us. People are coming from places that maybe the gospel has not even gone, places that are so difficult for a missionary to go to. God is bringing them to us, our doorstep. So how can we become intentional as local churches to become multicultural and become intentional in reaching out to those people who are in our communities who are not like us? If we don't start planning for that, 2050 is going to catch us unprepared. If we don't start becoming intentionally, if we don't start preparing intentionally for that, when that happens, we will realize that we are left behind. So my prayer and my hope for each of us is that as the body of Christ, as leaders, as those who serve, as believers, that we start intentionally asking ourselves, what does it look like to be a church that is multicultural? What does it look like to reach a people that are different from us? We might have to seek new strategies, learn new ways, discover new things, but that is part of the process because God has brought the harvest to our doorsteps and we want to be intentional in reaching them and seeing God's kingdom advance. I believe that this is a new day. It's a day of great opportunities like we have never seen before. Now it's our time to embrace it and let Jesus' kingdom be glorified. Have a wonderful day and happy Black History Month. Take care. See you tomorrow for another episode.